In a very simple economy with very simple goods, people can barter. But when the economy grows, barter trade becomes ineffective. So let me explain this with a simple example. There was a small village by the river. At first, there was only 2 families. Now, one of them, they bred rabbits, and the others, they grew wheat. Now, to diversify their diet, they just traded with each other. Now, they agreed that 1 bag of wheat would be exchangeable for, 1 rabbit. Now, after time goes on, other families, they settled in the same area also. Each of these families, they all produce something else. Some of them produce clothes, others they fished, and some others they also had cattle also. Now over time there was many goods and services. So the shoemaker, he sent his daughter Catherine to get a bag of wheat. So this girl, she took the shoes and she went to the farmer so she could do some trading. Now the next day the shoemaker, he sent Catherine again to get another bag of wheat. But this time the farmer replied, "I'm sorry, I don't really need a second pair of shoes, but I will give you some wheat for a box of apples." So Catherine, she went to the gardener and exchanged the shoes for some apples. He was like, "I won't even be needing those for at least 6 months, but I can give you some apples in exchange for some horseshoes for my horse though." So the girl, she went to the forge and he said he'd give her horseshoes except he needed some trousers. Finally, the local seamstress, she exchanged the shoes for the trousers. Unfortunately, this wasn't the end. It took Catherine half a day to find somebody who needed shoes. And then it took another half a day for her to get the wheat that she needed. You see all that running around? It's kind of hard to do shopping this way, right? See, barter trading, it's ineffective and it's also time consuming. People, they need something they can use as a medium as exchange, something they all can accept. You know what they needed? They needed money. Money, it has specific properties. One, it's a medium of exchange, which allows us to not have the problem that Catherine had. It's also a unit of account. It's durable, which means it'll last a long time without breaking. It's homogeneous, which means each unit should be identical. It's portable, so it's small enough that you can carry it with you. And it's also divisible, so you can make change. And more importantly, it should hold its value over a long period of time. That way your savings will be the same even after many years. Throughout history, there's been many ways to do exchanging, like cattle, salt, and seashells. None of these lasted very long as money. Because let's take cattle for instance. It's not, easily interchangeable or transferable. It just became more of a problem. And salt, it would lose its value and get stale over time. And some salts were better than others, so it didn't hold its equal value. But one thing came around that did hold its value and that everyone could use, and that was gold. So that was gold and precious metals, and you can mint those into coins, even smaller pieces. Gold could be a medium of exchange and a unit of account. You can count up how much something in gold costs. It's durable, it lasts, it's homogeneous, which means each unit should be identical. It's portable, so it's small enough that you can carry it with you. And it's also divisible, so you can make change. And more importantly, it should hold its value over a long period of time. So that was gold and precious metals, and you can mint those into coins, even smaller pieces. Gold could be a medium of exchange and a unit of account. We can count up how much something in gold costs. It's durable, it lasts, it's homogeneous because all 1 ounce coins, they're all the same, and then they can be marked for purity, Coins, they're portable, so a lot of purchasing power. You can just put it in your pocket and move around with it. It's also divisible because the coins, they were able to be different weights. And what's most important, gold has been a very stable store of value because its quantities are limited by nature. Only a small amount of gold is mined each year in comparison to the amount of gold that's in circulation. Because of these properties, gold has served as money over human history pretty much. But in 1971, we went away from the gold standard, and now our money is backed by nothing. It's backed by the government promises, and that's why the value of the dollar is going down. But that's a brief explanation of money.